Delinquent Nation, Prison Diaries. This is Timbo Slice. What on?
What are you saying, mate?
What are you saying?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just out here, you know what I mean?
Come on, my
So
bro.
all we can do right here, read books, you know what I mean?
Say
do a bit
reading
of
books.
exercise, you know what I'm saying?
Is that how you do your weights, yeah?
Well, yeah, that's, we have to basically improvise when we're in prison.
Yeah.
We haven't really got much to do. Plus, with this lockdown thing, we used to be able to go to the gym, but now we have to make the most of what we got.
We're not allowed to go gym no more.
Unfortunately not.
What's lockdown? How's that? How do you feel about this lockdown? How they've done it and that?
Well, to be fair, what's happening outside with lockdown is pretty much the same thing that's happening with us. And I mean in terms of, things are being sort of misconstrued. People don't really understand what's going on. It's like that for us here in prison as well. A lot of the stuff that's going on outside, was making it harder for us in here. And, when things got unlocked outside for people, we had to still wait like a couple of months or two before, things would start, the cogs will start turning again for us in here, really. So,
what was the regime like?
The regime, at first we had was out 1 hour a day, everybody.
Yeah.
And gradually, slowly but surely, that's out for 1 hour 15.
Yeah.
And now they've done 2 hours, which is pretty good.
How does that affect you?
The way it affected, what it did for me is it made me really think, about how I use my time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the thing is, I'm one of those people, I analyse quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked at other people and I looked at how they use their time, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to waste time talking to people all day long. I'd rather just get on, do a bit of exercise, do what I can for myself, read books, just try to, better myself, because there's no time like the present. That's why it's called the present, isn't it?
Yeah,
really,
yeah. Come on. Alright, Bam, I'm going to ask you a few questions, yeah?
Yeah.
Just to get to know you a bit.
Okay.
And just to let the outside get a little bit of insight what's going on in prison.
No problem, peoples.
What are you sentenced for?
So I'm sentenced for intent to supply.
Drugs?
Yeah,
okay.
Drugs is MDMA. I'm a party guy, do you know what I mean? I like to party, do you know what I mean? Obviously, they'd gone to my house unwarranted and, searched my house.
Oh, okay, found MDMA.
And obviously that's a slacker thing. I'm not going to lie, I hold my hands up, I slacked because it's in my yard, but it weren't meant to be there, do you know what I mean? I recently just got it, do you know what I mean? I was getting ready for a party, but it was in the yard, so then basically they done me for it, and it was so basically, it's like £800 cash, and it's about £800 MDMA's worth, all in a rock form.
And then what sentence did they give you?
So they gave me 3 years and a month. And you know how bad this judge was? He gave me a month for the tiniest bit of bud. You couldn't even have enough, literally, to even smoke it in a joint. Do you know what I mean? It was literally minuscule.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But he gave you a month for it.
Yeah, he gave me a month for it, the bastard. Do you know what I mean? Mad man. Anyway, enough about that. That's pretty much the story, innit? So.
Yeah. All right. So how long you got left?
Well, you'd be glad to know, people. I've only got a couple of days left.
Couple of days?
Yeah, come on. I can't tell you exactly how, because obviously if this gets...
Yeah, you don't want to get out.
I want people to know.
Yeah,
but yeah, I've got a couple of days left, so I'll be out on road.
Oh yeah, that's good, man. That's good. What are your friendships, the friends that you had outside, what are they like now that you're in prison?
Well, to be honest, when I came into prison, the first thing I thought was, the way I took it was basically I wanted to use this time for myself. Yeah. I wanted to make it solitary.
Yeah.
So I didn't want any of my friends talking to me. I just wanted to be in contact with my mum and, well, she's my ex-girlfriend now. Because my mum, my ex-girlfriend, and my dad.
Yeah.
And that's what I did basically.
That's all you've spoken to?
Yeah. And it helped me out a lot because, I had people that I know fully well, deep down, they want the best for me. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying friends are bad, but I mean, you got friends that will get you into trouble. You got friends that, you don't really know people's intentions. Do you know what I mean? Someone could be your friend, but realistically, you don't know what their deep down intentions could actually be. Realistically, they could... they could be jealous of you, do you know what I mean? They want to see a downfall.
Yeah,
so
right, that's right.
That's the whole reason why...
They say you learn who your real friends are when you're in prison. That's
right. And that's the whole reason why I didn't want to talk to them, because I didn't want to learn how much of a prick they are. Because I pretty much know, do you know what I mean? I'm one of those people, I just I think realistically about things, do you know what I mean? If I see someone being a prick to me, I know they're a prick. I might just be hanging about them just because I'm bored, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I know what their game is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I keep my arm's length.
Okay. Okay. All right. Who do you keep regular contact with? I think you already said your family and that, innit?
Yeah. So basically, the main person I was keeping contact with quite regularly through the sentence was my mum.
Yeah.
And my ex-girlfriend now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen when we go out. We're talking and that, but yeah. And that was mainly it. My dad, I started speaking to him more towards the end of my sentence. Me and him have always had like sort of issues,
Yeah.
but it's just because we both want the same thing, and obviously I have a different approach to him. But we're starting to, bond a lot more
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
come to terms with things. So yeah, that's it.
yeah. All right. What's your favorite food in jail?
You know what? My favourite food in jail, I know most man don't eat the jail food, but you see
Yeah.
me, my favourite food has to be tuna, yeah.
Yeah.
Tuna and mackerel,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mix it up in a little kettle.
Yeah.
I ain't got the kettle here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So you
but
cook it up yourself. We got footage of like cooked up food and that. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Tuna
yeah.
mackerel in the kettle, get some couscous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
just fucking put some seasoning on that.
So your favorite food is food that you make yourself, yeah?
Yeah, man. Or every now and then, if they're gonna give me a little burger or something, I don't mind that.
Yeah,
You know what I
burger
mean?
days. Yeah, 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 yeah. Every Monday.
Trust me.
Yeah.
But you know me, I eat a lot. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
eat bare. I
Yeah.
would come down there and say, anybody don't want their food, I'll take it. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah, come on.
that's me.
All right. What would you say the worst food is in jail?
The worst food in jail. The worst food in jail has to be their pasties, man.
Oh yeah.
It's freaking disgusting. Every pasty I've ever ate, I don't know what they do. It's like cardboard. Do you know what I mean? Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
You eat the pasty. It's all of it is air. There's only like a tiny minuscule bit of meat.
There's nothing in it.
Nothing in it.
Yeah.
And then it's all like liquid, like all this water vapor that's been evaporated in it. It's just disgusting, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's horrendous. It's horrendous.
What are you proud of since being in prison?
What I'm proud of since being in prison is
See you reading your books and that.
Yeah, reading my books.
Working out every day on the yard.
That's it as well. Reading the books as well, I think has to be probably one of the main things that's made me quite proud of myself, because with these books, it's like it just gave me a different perspective on life, and a lot of things I used to think to myself anyway, is sort of solidified a lot of things about just being happy in general. Like no matter what anybody else thinks, you just be happy for yourself.
Right,
Don't worry about other people. Do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of the stuff that happens nowadays is like everybody's too worried about, what everybody else thinks they're doing. Do you know what I mean? All superficial stuff, and I don't think that's really the most important thing in life. You know what I mean? You know, when you have a family, I used to watch my dad, as a kid, My dad used to do things that I think is embarrassing when I was a kid. I used to be like, don't do that, that's embarrassing, But then as I grew up and I started realising stuff that he did, because I'm kind of like him, do you know what I mean? I do embarrassing stuff, but I find it funny because I find it funny to myself, even if no one else finds it funny, do you know what I mean? But then I start to realise, like, that's actually a good trait to have, because you're just confident, no matter what, do you know what I mean? Nothing can get you down.
Yeah.
So,
how old are you now?
Me, I'm 27 now.
27.
So ladies, 27, so.
All right.
But yeah.
Say no more. We'll carry this on in a couple of days. Delinquent Nation, Prison Diaries. Tim, what going?
What's going on?
Back again, yeah.
Yeah.
You saying you've been doing a workout?
Yeah. Went on the field, did a quick circuit. We got to do what we got to do to keep nice and fit.
What did you do out there? What circuits did you do?
Flipping hell, this was like brutal. So I did burpees, and then we did push-ups, burpees, run from one side to the other side. We did freaking sit-ups, leg raises, bastards, there's one of those. Like we did everything literally, but then we did it for like 45 minutes, non-stop. So yeah, it was a good workout.
Are you allowed to use the gym at the moment?
At the minute, it's a myth, really. There's no gym at all. Like, literally, it's been like that since April. No gym. So what we've had to do, I've had to just make the most of what I got around me. Yeah. That's why you go out in the yard and on the field and that, yeah? That's it, man. And I make my own little weights in here, do what I need to do. Yeah. That's it, man. Alright,
my bro. I'm going to ask you some questions, some in-depth questions now.
Yeah.
You can go as much into it as you want to, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember the first night in prison? Your first ever night in prison?
First ever night in prison. I remember it very vividly, to be honest.
Is this your first sentence?
Yeah, this is my first ever sentence.
First time you ever been in prison?
First ever time I've been in prison. That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And first time I came in, obviously, as anybody would know, anyone could relate to this, you hear all the stories about prison. Everybody's telling you like, oh, like this happened in prison, or you hear from your friends about certain people that have done stuff in prison, and they're trying to make a name out of themselves from it. So then when I come in, obviously I had all of these, it's like a bowl of soup, do you know what I mean? My head was just like spinning around with all of these sort of comments in my head, and then what my friends had told me, like how I should act in prison. But then as I was coming in, none of that, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't remember anything that they said I should do. And it was just like I had sort of a lot of, I was afraid, but I was also excited. Do you know what I mean? And the adrenaline was just going through me. And I remember getting into the van, and we were driving from the Aylesbury Crown Court, and we went to Wood Hill, and it was late at night. It was literally pitch black. Come in, and like I've just gone into this through these 2 gates, then walked through an alleyway down to another set of gates, come in, and you just see cells like on the right side, and then just going across or up the top.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple fellas there just basically saying to me, like, you know, they like at first I was shocked because of how friendly they're being, like saying, oh yeah, you know what, like if you need anything, come to me, you know, I'll help you out. But then obviously, like from what I heard from people, they said, oh, don't ask anybody for anything. So I always said to people, no, I don't need anything, it's alright.
Yeah.
And I got some food, ate, went into my cell, and you know what, after a couple of nights, we sit in the cell, and my cellmate's telling me, did you hear that noise last night? I'm like, what noise? And I've looked down to my right, and there's like some pipes. I've looked, and there's a hole, right? Yeah, similar to that basically.
Yeah.
But it had a little bit of a ledge that come up, and the pipes were on top of it, and there's a hole right underneath it.
Yeah.
And he kept saying to me, I think there's a rat in here, there's a rat or a mouse. And I'm like, nah, there isn't. And as I look down, what I see the mouse or the rat looking back at me. And I'm like, like looking at it. And I'm like, fuck that. So I'm just gonna got like a bin bag and some like paper and all that, just literally lodged the hole. And I thought, fuck that. And every single night from then on, we heard
rats
trying to eat through the paper. But me being an African man as I am, and I've been to Nigeria, I've always felt like, you know what, all of this type of things is small to me. I don't take it as like I'm not gonna be a little girl about it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be a man. But my padmate was like, nah, I can't be in here with a rat. I was like, mate, it's not gonna do nothing to you, man. But anyway, that was that. It was funny first night. It was obviously exciting because it's a new experience, but at the same time, I had a lot of worries, a lot of anger as well from what happened, and obviously I was scared as well because of my family outside and me being in here. I don't know what was gonna happen to me. Do you know what I mean?
Was you emotional?
Yeah, I was emotional. I mean,
because your parents would be a bit let down, innit?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? One of the great things that happened to me in here is like, I mean, I have to thank my parents so much because one thing that they've always done for me is they've never been ashamed of me. Like even now, to be honest, they're actually proud of me, like the way that I've changed in here, and you know, like it's not like I wasn't a good I wasn't terrible outside. Do you know what I mean? But there was a lot of work that I had to do on myself as a person, and what it did in here, it gave me the time that I could confine in myself and I could really find out who I am.
Yeah.
And reading these books as well is what sort of gave me the sort of the gate to open up to, you know, to explore something else, like being inside a room, but I'm not actually in here when I'm reading. I'm somewhere else. I'm inside that book. Do you know what I mean? I'm like my mind, my imagination is going free. And I mean, I feel sorry for some people when I see some people and they can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Because they can't immerse themselves into something and just, you know, and it could be a number of things. It could be like they're addicted to something, they're taking drugs, you know, they're worried about something. But the thing is, you need to be living in the moment. Do you know what I mean? Live in the present. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what you have. Do you know what I mean? You're not your past. Do you know what I mean? You're now. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you do.
Yeah, I hear that. Alright, describe a typical birthday celebration in jail.
Well, I mean, if it's my birthday we're talking about, my birthday was terrible in jail.
What happened?
Basically, what happened on my birthday was I ended up getting rushed by like every single prison on one wing. This was in a different prison.
What, seriously rushed you?
Yeah, I got seriously rushed because...
Oh, not just birthday beats.
Not birthday beats, like proper rushed. Because what happened was somebody, like, and this is the thing about jail, and this is why I've seen people in a different light, do you know what I mean? But one thing I've realised is a lot of people are really not who they say they are. They're like fake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is what happened. It's basically an incident with this guy who smoked a lot of spice. He got paranoid because I said I know his girlfriend from somewhere, but I wasn't saying it like I shagged his girlfriend or anything. At the time when I'd seen his girlfriend, I'd been with my girlfriend. Yeah. But because of his paranoia, instead of him bothering to ask me about where it was, he just assumed that I'd shagged his girlfriend.
Okay.
So then what he'd done is he'd gone and started telling everybody in the wing that, yo, you want it, not telling them exactly what they're going to do. But this is what I'm saying about people in prison, like the people that are in prison, they have no mind for themselves. Because if somebody tells you to go and jump off a bridge, would you just go and jump on the bridge without even thinking? You get what I'm saying? So they're all just saying, you're on it, and then it all rush me, not knowing what they're doing. I've guarded myself, so luckily, all I came out with, because when the guy hit me, he got a pole, like a pole like this. Yeah. And he hit me in the face of the pole on the staircase. I've run back, turned round, I see he's still coming at me, so I've sort of knocked the pole with my right hand and punched him. As I punched him, he started to run because the guards started to come after him. Yeah. And before I know, all the guards are chasing him, and what I realise is, I'm looking around and I see all these guys start circling me. I'm like, what's going on? And they're all just trying to hit me. I've had to just guard myself up. Yeah. Luckily when I guarded myself up, because I've done boxing and that, I was able to block myself enough and back myself into a wall so they couldn't get me on the floor. Okay. And then when it all finished, the only thing that I had was a massive sort of, like, I'll show you, but there's like a little bit of a bruise on my face, but it's not really there anymore. Yeah. I had like a big lump there, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that sort of shook me.
It's a horrible birthday.
Yeah, it was horrible. And you know what? It just made me... You know what? There's a lot of people take it as traumatic and think like, oh, you know what? I can't go on with life or anything. But I thought, you know what? It made me tougher because it made me realise, that people are fickle. There's a lot of people that are shallow, fickle people. They're not deep. They don't think for themselves. Do you know what I mean? They're, you know, they're like an automaton. Do you know what I mean? Like a robot. They don't even actually, you know, think for themselves. They just take instructions. They're reactive. They're not proactive. You know what I mean? Life's about being proactive, about doing stuff yourself, not reacting to things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to find out what it is. We're human beings. We've got a brain. You know what I mean? You need to use it. If you're not going to use your brain, then do you know what I mean? What are you here for? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So that was like a bad birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a bad birthday, but you know what? We thank God. I'm still here. I'm still alive. Yeah. So
come on. Yeah. What's your funniest memory in here to date?
My funniest memory here to date? Oh man, I've got so many funny memories. Probably my funniest memory is when my dad came and we started chatting, and then when I was talking to my dad, about basically this fight that I had in here. And I was saying to him how, like, because I train every day, and there was this guy, he don't do nothing, don't train at all. Yeah, but every single day he was kept like trying to push me to fight him, and I kept saying I don't want to fight you. But then, I don't know, some people have some type of complex or something. You keep thinking that you can beat me up because I don't want to fight him. Yeah. It's like, I'm not saying you can beat me up, I'm just saying I don't want to fight you because I want to go home. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't want to stay in jail. Yeah. And in the end I had to go and take him and beat him up. Yeah. And then when I told my dad about it, me and my dad were cracking up about it, and he goes, and he's saying like, the guy he's an idiot, like, and the thing is my dad, because he's got that thick African accent sometimes, so when he says stuff, I just can't help but laugh, man. He just makes me laugh. Like he'd say like, they holy mackerel, like that, you know what I mean? You get me? But he's a funny guy, man. I love my dad, man, and my mum as well. My mum, I told my mum about it as well. She made me laugh as well. Yeah. But you know, I'm not a violent person, but you know, certain times when someone deserves it, it does make me laugh. It's just like the whole time you've been getting a warning, and now, you know what I mean? It had to happen.
If a man's back's against the wall, what can you do? You know what I mean? You have to.
That's it.
You have to do what you got to do.
That's it, man.
Yeah. What's your darkest memory in here today, if you have one?
Well, my darkest memory would have to be sort of that time when I was in Ramby, when I had that problem on my birthday. Because you know, that was like, I was already sad. Do you know what I mean? Like at the time, my girlfriend I had at the time, we was having issues because I had somebody that I was padded up with before, and I ended up having a psychotic episode because he was smoking spice in my room, and I didn't realise, because obviously it's my first time in jail, so I didn't really understand
what was going on.
Doing, and I didn't understand that I could get half the fumes even though he's smoking it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not smoking it. So I ended up having an episode, and then, you know, my girlfriend, we started quarrelling, and obviously I didn't manage to be able to explain to her properly what's going on because I had problems with my head at the time. Do you know what I mean? And then you know, that happened.
Look. Let me take it away back then. Let me take it to 2K10. There was no IG or Snap back then, and I came a long way from an MSN. I used to draw gal on BBM, and there was such thing as a DM then. Gal got rude, that was on a weekend then. Gal sent nudes like a wee